Greetings fellow warriors, and welcome back to another Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord video. Well, that was definitely something yesterday. I'm really excited to talk about this, so today we are diving into something huge, something we've all been waiting for. The first ever DLC for Bannerlord has been officially announced, War Sails. We are talking full-scale naval warfare, a brand new faction, expanded world regions, and an absolute overhaul of how battles play out on land and sea. If you've ever dreamed of commanding a fleet, raiding coastal settlements and clashing swords aboard a rocking ship, well, now's your chance, so grab your oars, raise the sails and let's get into it. We just had a watch party on the Discord server yesterday and it was a ton of fun, so again, thanks for everyone to join me there. There will be two parts of this video. First, I'm going to give you a brief overview about this new expansion, and second, we're going to have a really close look at the trailer. I'm talking frame by frame, squeezing this trailer until there's no more left, because there's definitely some stuff that you have missed, so sit back and enjoy. Starting off, let's talk about the Nords. Yes, they're finally here. If you played Warband, you already know how legendary these guys are. They are a Viking-inspired faction hailing from the frozen north, bringing brutal close quarters combat, deadly axe-wielding warriors and some of the toughest fighters Caredia has ever seen. Their homeland, Jumne, is a treacherous mix of towering peaks, icy fjords and rugged coastlines, making it the perfect setting for seafaring raiders. Whether you want to trade, recruit warriors or outright pillage their villages, the choice is yours. But make no mistake, these guys aren't pushovers. If you cross the Nords, you better be ready to fight for every inch of land or sea. Now let's get into the real meat of this expansion, naval warfare. Yes, it's finally happening. For the first time in Bannerlord history, we can command ships, engage in tactical sea battles and master maritime conquest. The new naval combat system is inspired by actual medieval sea battles, meaning you'll have to consider wind direction, wave physics and ship positioning. Boarding an enemy vessel isn't as simple as hopping over, you'll have to seize opportunities, outmaneuver opponents and engage in ship-to-ship duels. You can even ram enemy ships to send warriors flying into the waves, shatter oars and cripple enemy mobility. And if that's not enough for you, ballista fire can tear through sails, leaving your enemies dead in the water, literally. But what good is naval warfare without a vast world to explore? War Sails expands Caredia with an entirely new northern region, settled islands and vast open seas. Trade winds and dynamic weather will shape your journey, with storms threatening to sink even the sturdiest of fleets. And speaking of trade, this DLC isn't just about battles. Economic changes are coming too. Shipbuilding, new trade goods and evolving coastal towns will make the economy more dynamic. Pirates and naval invasions will also play a bigger role, meaning you'll have to defend your ports or risk losing everything. Sieges are also getting a huge shake-up. If you want to take a coastal city now, you'll need to bring a fleet. No more marching armies across the map. Now naval blockades will be a crucial strategy for cutting off enemy supplies before a full-scale invasion. Of course, what's a fleet without ships? War Sails is bringing 18 new ship types inspired by real medieval vessels, each with unique handling and customization options. Want a fast and nimble raiding ship? Done. Prefer a slow armored warship with ballistas? You got it. You can even capture enemy ships in battle and customize them with different sails, figureheads and armaments. And if that wasn't enough, troop trees are getting a revamp with dedicated mariner troops that perform better at sea. You'll also find new companions with seafaring backgrounds to join your crew. And they will also add new Nordic hairstyles, tattoos and beards to the game. Yeah, you can finally look the part while leading a raiding party. And for those of you who love a good story-driven quest, there's even a scripted questline to introduce players to naval gameplay. You'll start off fighting against a pirate confederacy, learn the ropes of ship combat and build your fleet as you take on increasingly dangerous challenges. It's the perfect way to get immersed in the world of War Sails before carving out your own legacy. Now, War Sails is definitely exciting, but let's not overlook the huge improvements that come to the base game. First up, one of the most exciting additions, in my opinion, is the introduction of a stealth system. Now you can infiltrate dungeons and hideouts, rescue prisoners and take out enemies without ever raising alarms. The AI will react to sound and movement, meaning you'll need to be smart about how you approach situations. Use darkness to your advantage, stay hidden behind cover and even dispose of bodies to avoid detection. If you've ever wanted to play Bannerlord like Assassin's Creed, this is your chance. There will also be a trade system overhaul. Trades in Bannerlords have always been there, but they've most likely felt like passive background elements. That's changing. A new random event system will introduce dynamic situations that force you to make choices. Choices that will impact your traits and reputation. Maybe you have to decide whether to spare or execute a rival, negotiate peace between feuding lords, or help a peasant revolt. These events will shape your character's development, making every playthrough feel more personal. Managing settlements has been a little bit underwhelming in Bannerlord, but the new update will make it so much more engaging. Town and castle projects are getting a major rework, balancing them so that some projects have significant long-term effects, rather than just small bonuses. Expect some better control over your fiefs, more meaningful upgrades and a stronger economic impact from your decisions. The aging and time progression system also get an overhaul. In my opinion, time passes way too slow in Bannerlord, but Tailwords is introducing new pacing options so that you can choose how fast or slow characters age. We will also get a new parley system. Ever wanted to negotiate with an enemy without immediately going into combat? The parley system lets you do just that. You can attempt to bribe, threaten or persuade your foes into standing down before a fight even begins. I mean, we already had this feature like in the base game. What is shown from the GIF, you can now like have some distance. In the base game you need to go to the actual gate and then start parleying or talking, request a meeting, I think it is. But the issue here was that you had to move to the gate, and if there was like a lot of parties or one big party bigger than yours, they would immediately engage your party. So this is a nice change, I guess. We will also get a combat overhaul. Spearmen will now brace spears more effectively and use their weapons properly. We'll also get a new weapon type, slings, a long requested addition. Better mounted AI and siege AI fixes will also be part of this patch. This patch is set to be released at the same time when the DLC drops, so we gotta wait a little bit more. Now that you know everything about what we can expect, let's take a proper look at the actual trailer. I won't be focusing too much on the obvious things like the ships themselves. Plenty of others will cover that. Instead, I am here to break down all the smaller details you might have missed. The trailer opens up with a shot of a new Viking-inspired faction on a longship. Looking at the round shields, we can see a new faction banner that closely resembles the seal symbol from the first teaser. The main warrior in this scene wears a brand new crown-style helmet, body armor and a cape. A bit further in we get a clear look at a naval battle between Vlandia and this new Nordic faction, likely taking place around this area on the map. You can also spot some new troop animations during the fight. Next we get a sweeping view of a Nordic town featuring a harbour packed with various ships, from large galleys to smaller boats. The trailer then cuts to the campaign map revealing a new town, 5 villages and a castle on this small island. From the game files we can pinpoint which island this is, and it seems they've entirely scrapped the Nordlands. There's no landmass near Jumna in the wide shot. Speaking of the map, if you look closely at where Oxhall used to be, the peninsula has been removed and Oxhall has been relocated closer to Rovald. We also get a glimpse of a new Crusade city, likely added to accommodate the naval feature. Monchak, the ruler of the Crusades, is even shown aboard a ship. A little later we see Lukon, ruler of the Northern Empire, walking across the boat, which we can identify by the shields of his troops. Then another beautiful wide shot appears, this time showcasing Sturgia. Their banners and shields make it clear, and in the background we can see what appears to be a city and numerous ships. The next scene introduces a new stormy weather feature, with Battanians leading their fleet. At the top we can spot the ruler, Caledorc. Following that, Azrai ships make an appearance. Then, of course, we see my beloved Durthard leading his fleet into battle. One of the more interesting shots depicts a naval blockade, a feature previously mentioned in the developer blog. Here, Vlandia is cutting off Azrai supplies. A funny detail, they seem to have used a ballista to simulate a fireball for the trailer. It looks a little ridiculous, so this may still be work in progress. The next few shots are mostly battle close-ups, but then flaming arrows. This DLC is bringing fire arrows into the game. There are already like burning death animations in the game, so I'm sure they will use them here too. We also see grappling hooks in action, which might tie into the new stealth mechanic. Interestingly, grappling hooks were originally intended for the base game, and references to stealth mechanics still exist in the game files. It's likely they'll be added to the base game as well. So all in all, the trailer is visually stunning, and the water effects are fantastic, very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but there are still plenty of unanswered questions. For example, I asked Dejan if the new animations seen in the trailer will be in the actual game. He mentioned that some were specifically made for the trailer, likely referring to the matched combat sequences, but hopefully they leave them in the game for modders and general use. I also asked if the DLC or base game update would include diplomacy changes. The response: we can discuss what was shown in the blogs, so no real answer here, which is a bit disappointing but not surprising. Finally, we know that the DLC's release will coincide with the 1.3 patch. In other words, 1.3 is the DLC update. So, this begs the question: what did you like most about the trailer? Anything I've missed? Be sure to tell me down in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I guess this is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. It would help out tremendously, and maybe even subscribe to the channel. That would really make my day. Join my Discord server if you want to talk to me and other like-minded people about all kinds of stuff. And I see you all in my next video. Become a member or patron today, and bye.